What's good YouTube? This is Ango Web Solutions, and today got a new video for you guys. And basically today we're gonna be installing N8N without a credit card. Let's get to it. So we're just gonna go into huggingface.co, and then we're just gonna sign up and just go into Spaces. Okay, the third icon on the top right over here. Just filter by name N8N. We're just gonna click on the first one, which is by Bayern 2024. As you can see, this was just updated 2 hours ago. You have this option over here. This is duplicated from buy in 2024, like I just mentioned. We're just gonna go over here and just duplicate this space as well. Okay, so you can name it whatever you would like. I'm just gonna make it into private, and I'm just gonna call it N8N AWS YouTube, for example. Okay. So right now we don't have a Supabase project, which is going to be persistent for our information of our project for N8N. So when you first go into Supabase, just make sure you sign up. You can sign up with GitHub or your email. Just create a free organization and then create a new project. So as you can see, it's just asking me for the organization. So I'm just going to select AWS, and for the project name, I can just call it N8N YouTube DB, for example. For the password, I can just generate a new password. The password by Supabase itself is fine, but you can generate a new one by something like a password manager. This is what I would recommend. You can just use the generated password. But anyways, we're just gonna create the new project. Just make sure to have this password and save it. It's just gonna take a second or two to create. Okay. Add the password over here. Then go into connect. Select direct connection, and then for transaction pooler, okay, for the transaction pooler, make sure that you copy the information correctly as well. So we're just gonna add it into DB Postgres DB host, as you can see, host and then host as well. For the port, make sure that the DB Postgres DB port is 6543. The database name and the database user should be Postgres. So for database user, I'm sorry, for the database, it should be Postgres, but for the Postgres DB user, it should be this one over here. And for the database itself, we can just go a little bit downwards, just make sure it is Postgres. Okay, what else do we need to add? Okay, so as you can see right now, we just created a new space. So the new space name is basically just going to be the link that we're going to add. So if I go into my projects, and right now, since we're duplicating the space, okay, so over here, it's just going to be the name of the username and then the project name. So Ango Web Solutions, N8N YouTube tutorial. Again, if you mess up any of these, you can change later on. And we're going to delete a couple of env variables as well, like these two. So it's fine if you mess it up for this one. And for the N8N encryption key, I usually just use OpenSSL and I use the Google Cloud to generate one. And I'm going to also give you the command that you could use to generate one for yourself. So just launch a Google Cloud Shell and over here activate the Cloud Shell. And I'm just going to give you the command over here, okay? This is the project script and the notes. I can just also as well leave them in the description if you have any problems or you forgot of any things that I just mentioned, okay? Where is the, yep, here it is. We're just gonna copy this one and authorize Cloud Shell. Again, you can use just a regular OpenSSL generator, but this is the one that I use because it's already installed on it. Okay. So we can just copy and paste this command, OpenSSL random base6432, and just copy this and add it into the N8N encryption key. Okay. So again, if you mess up any of these, that is fine. We can just duplicate this space for now, and we're just gonna adjust accordingly. Okay. So again, make sure that the name of the project itself is correct. So I'm going to go into the project settings. Okay. And you can just go from the project settings over here. And then we're just going to go downwards and just make sure to delete the variables that I will mention right now. Okay. So, first of all, delete the HTTP and HTTPS proxy. So it does accept on the N8N YouTube database. Also, as well, we need to delete the unauthorized uh, variable over here. You can explore it more later on, but this is what has worked for me, which is no TLS reject unauthorized. We can just delete this one. And that is pretty much it. We just want to make sure that the link itself that we have for the, and also the N8N host, we don't really need that. Um, right now, we want to make sure that these two have the correct link. So I just want to make sure that I added in the project name correctly. And yeah, as you can see, I think I did mess up the project name. So N8N AGWS YouTube space. Um, I think it should be rf.space. That's why I have the notes, yep, hf.space, which is for Hugging Face. So yeah, that is the correct format, your space name, and then the project name, Hugging Face.space. Okay, we're just gonna save that. Same thing for the editor base URL. And after you're updating the env variables over here, we can just restart the space and then just go into the build. Give it a little while and it should literally just build the project for you. Okay. So right now, as you can see that the build is queued and it is installing all the npm packages needed for the project. And afterwards, it's just going to set up the Docker container. And this is basically kind of the same thing as a Docker container. It just sets up a already pre-made existing space, and that is what we're going to be using today. Okay. So I'm just gonna give it a little while it's installing N8N. And again, if you have any problems with the container or the logs, it's just gonna be showing up here, so you can debug as well. But I just want to show you how it should look like, and the link itself will be provided as well. The link itself will be the link of the, like this one right now. If I go into it, it's just gonna be 404 because the project itself is still installing. But again, this is where your N8N space will be working. Okay, so after just building up everything in the database, you can build up the tables. This is just for example, and I didn't mention at the beginning of the video to enable RLS policy. Make sure to enable it as well. I did leave a note on that. So just make sure to enable that, and then afterwards you will see the N8 link that we have assigned. Then you can start setting workflow and creating your N8N workflow, and make sure to create the root owner account the first time that you do that. So afterwards, you're going to access the link, the space that you just created, and just create a new user and email. This is going to be the owner account. Just make sure to remember these and save it to a password manager. Afterwards, you can start creating your workflow, and you got your free N8N machine connected to your Supabase, so it's persistent. So you don't have to really worry about losing your workflow. I think the machine itself gets stopped after 48 hours. If you want to get the trial by AWS and all that other options, I'm going to leave in the description. But these require a credit card. This is the only option I could find that does not require a credit card. If you have any other options, please mention them in the comments as well to help other people. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. This was Ango Web Solutions, and I'll see you guys in the next. Peace.